Hi, One Heroes here to break down web throw loops for you. We're going to tell you what it is, how to do it, the different variations you have, and even share some tips on how you can do it without blink dashing. Before sharing all of that, just want to remind you to leave a thumbs up to support my work and help this video get to more Spidey fans, and subscribe to receive more content like this. I'm also going to leave a card up here with my other 2 how to combo videos on UMVC3 in case you're interested in learning a bit more about the game. You can also find the link for it in the description. Alright, time for web throw loops.
So what is the web throw loop? The web throw loop is usually a repetition of down medium, down heavy, and web throw medium. After each web throw, you're gonna have to dash 3 times to get to your opponent and then repeat down medium, down heavy, medium web throw. Why did I say usually? Because depending on the character you're doing the web throw loop on, it's gonna change the number of dashes you're gonna have to do, and it's gonna change the buttons you're gonna have to press. So for example, if I'm doing the combo on a character like Wesker, which is pretty much a normal size character with normal properties, what you're gonna do is exactly what I said. Triple dash, down medium, down heavy, web throw medium, and then you're gonna repeat that. But if you're doing on a character like Sentinel, you're not gonna need to dash 3 times. Only 2 dashes is gonna be enough for you to do the loop on, because his body is big, so with 2 dashes you already get to him in time. However, if you're doing a character like Spider-Man, what happens is that he falls faster to the ground. So if you try to do the loop by doing only down medium and down heavy, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna show you right now. See, Spider-Man falls before I'm able to reach the web throw medium. So what you have to do in this situation is, after the triple dashing, you're gonna have to do light, down medium, down heavy. Because the light is gonna keep Spider-Man from falling, just like this. And then you can repeat. So the combo is gonna change depending on who you're doing the combo on. That is the first thing you gotta pay attention to. Another important thing, how many times can you repeat the loop? Well, that is gonna depend on 2 things. The first one is how you start the combo. The best way for you to start a combo with Spider-Man is always going to be with web throw. The web throw is his highest damage special move and the one that scales the least, so it's the best startup. It can either be a raw web throw, or even better if you can do something like light, medium, heavy web throw, you know? Or if you can start up with, let's say, a jumping attack, jumping as medium, heavy web throw, even better. But this is the best way for you to deal the most amount of damage, and this is the confirm that is gonna be allowing you to do the most amount of repetitions. If you get a web throw confirm just like the ones I showed you right now, you can repeat the loop up to 7 times. I'm gonna put the combo here, the combos here on screen for you. I have some startups recorded, and they are maximum amount of web throw loops you can do. I'm gonna leave them on screen while I'm talking. So again, first web throw confirm, you can repeat up to 7 times. If you start the combo with a web swing, you did a web swing conversion and you are going for the web throw loop right after, you can repeat that up to 3 times. Now if you start the combo with, let's say, a spider sting, either a raw spider sting or again light, medium, heavy spider sting, spider bite, and you go for a web throw as soon as possible, you can do up to 4 times. And if you start, let's say, light, medium, heavy web ball, and then after you do web throw, you can do for 5 times. Okay, this is just a few options. This covers pretty much all startups you would go for with Spider-Man in, let's say, a confirm on the ground. But if the opponent is in the air or something like that, you're gonna have to put on training to test. It's gonna depend on how you start the combo. So if you start with, let's say, an air-to-air, it might be different. So testing training for you to see. But these are the 4 most common ways you're gonna start a combo with Spider-Man. So you already know how many times you can repeat. But again, I told you there are 2 things you have to consider. The first one was how you start a combo. And the second one is which version of the web throw loop are you doing? Because if you're doing the version which I showed you, where you can only you only need to do crouching medium, crouching heavy, and web throw medium, then again you can repeat the amount of times that I told you right now. 7 times for a web throw conversion. You can do 3 times for web swing, 4 times spider sting, and 5 times web ball. However, if you do the same combo with light, down medium, down heavy, web throw medium, just like you have to do on Spider-Man, you can only repeat it 5 times. You repeat 5 times, and on the 6th repetition, you have to already go for Spider Sting, Spider Bite, and try to get another web throw in there. I'm gonna put the combos on screen, or maybe they're already there, just for you to show the difference. You'll see that the damage is gonna be higher for just down medium, down heavy, other than the version with light attack. Because again, the light attack scales the damage and scales the hit stun, so you do less repetitions. So the damage is going to be a little less, not too much. It's still a very good option to go for, but you got to remember that if you use the light attack, if you have to use the light attack with characters like Spider-Man, Trish, She-Hulk, Iron Man, if you have to use the light attack, then you have to do less repetitions, and the damage is going to be a little smaller. Okay? Alright, so now you know how many times you can and you have to repeat the loop to get the most amount of damage. But how do you finish the combo? Well, there are 2 ways I would recommend you for you to finish. The first one is the easiest to execute and the one I recommend for most of times, because honestly, it's so much easier to execute and it does only a little bit less damage than the most optimal finisher. And the best way to finish, in my opinion, for you to be consistent with the combos is after the last repetition of the web throw loop, what you're going to be doing is you're going to do down heavy, Spider Sting heavy, Spider Bite, then do another crouching heavy, Spider Sting heavy into maximum spider. This one is much easier for you to perform. It's going to be effective and it's going to deal great damage. Now, if you want to go for the most optimal option, then you can go for something like this. You can do triple dashing just like you were doing for down medium, down heavy, but this time, and this is why I don't recommend you go for this all the time, you're gonna have to dash faster, because you have to get to your opponent very fast for you to do standing heavy into Spider Sting light, Spider Bite into another web throw. So you can get another web throw and then you can dash twice again down heavy into Spider Sting heavy maximum spider. This confirm will allow you to get 1 extra web throw, so the damage is gonna be higher. It's more optimal, but honestly the effort of doing the dashes faster to get there might cost you the drop. So I don't know, if you're very consistent with your dashing and you feel comfortable in doing that, that is the best way for you to finish the combo. That is what's gonna give you the most amount of damage. But if you don't feel that comfortable to do very fast dashing to get there in time, just go for the double dash into crouching heavy, Spider Sting heavy, Spider Bite, crouching heavy, Spider Sting heavy into maximum spider, and you're gonna be dealing a great ton of damage and it's gonna be more consistent. Now, this is probably the most important part of the video, because this is where I think it can help most of you who are having troubles executing the web throw loop. And it is, how do I do the dashing? The dashing part, I think, is probably the hardest one to execute. And let's be honest, the down medium heavy web throw or light down medium heavy web throw is not really that hard to execute. The biggest problem is the dashing part. And this is where I think I can help you. Now, what you hear people saying most of the time is that you need blink dashing to make it work. And yes, you can make it work with blink dashing, but you don't have to blink only. There are other ways you can get there in time without needing the blink dash. You can use a mix of regular dash with wave dashing, and I'm gonna show you right now. What you can do is, instead of blinking like where you do like, let's say, heavy plus light medium like this to get there in time, you can also do that with down light medium, and if you do on the perfect timing, it's gonna be similar to blink dashing as I did right now. You see, the distance travel is very similar, and I managed to get the down just before light medium. But even if you can't do down plus light medium in perfect timing to get there in time, you can still do again a mix of a dash, okay, and then you're gonna let Spider-Man dash go until the end of the animation, and you're gonna be mixing some small wave dashes in there. You can do like 1 full distance dash and then 2 small wave dashing, okay. This way you can still get there in time. I'm gonna try to show you right now, okay. I have trouble of executing this one. I used the tactic back in the PlayStation 3 days, so it might take a while for me to hit that. I might cut the gameplay here, so let's try. Okay, I got it on first try, but you got what I did, right? I did like a dash, I went full distance with the first dash and then 2 small dashes right afterward, you know? This is a way that you can do that as well. You can get there in time to do the loop. Or you can do the opposite. Instead of doing the full dash first and then 2 small wave dashing, you can do 2 small wave dashing and then the last one you let Spider-Man go full distance. Again, I'm gonna try to show you here. I might cut depending on how long it takes me to do. Just like that. Okay, I don't know if you can realize, it can be a little confusing, but you can do a mix of wave dashing with a full dash, you know? You can kind of do a mix. I like to use usually 1 full dash, okay? 1 full distance dash into 2 small dashes. Or you can either do, again, two small dashes into 1 final full distance dash. But if you feel more comfortable, you can either try something like a wave dash into a full dash into another wave dash. Remember, you gotta dash 3 times to get there, okay? But you don't have to be 3 full distance dashes. It don't have to be like that. Only 1 full dash is enough. You can do 1 full dash and 2 minor wave dashing. So this way, you're never gonna have to rely on plink dashing to do the combo. It may be easier if you are like feel comfortable plink dashing, then okay, you can do plinking. But if you can't plink, don't worry, you can do it like that. So remember, 1 full distance dash and 2 small wave dashing, and you can do anywhere you want. You can start with the full distance dash and 2 small. You can do 2 small dashes into the full distance, or you can have like a small dash into a full distance into a small dash. Try it out for yourself. I know it's a little hard to see this here while I'm executing, but with your hands you might feel what I'm talking easier, okay? What I'm talking about here, you are going to feel that when you're executing. This might help you find a different way for you to execute it easier, and it might be something that you can rely on. Okay, I shared all this information with you, and I still feel like there is the possibility of some of you coming to me and saying, One Heroes, I still can't do the web throw loops, I still can't be consistent, should I quit Spider-Man? And my answer is no, you should not quit Spider-Man, because even if you can't execute the web throw loops, even if you keep training and you can't, he still has great resources and he can still do a ton of damage even without the web throw loops. I'm gonna share some combos with you now on screen. I'm gonna also put a card up here for my Spider-Man solo combos video. I recommend you check that one out, where Spider-Man can do solo combos that do over 800k, over 900k, even without the web throw loops. So you can still do a ton of damage with him, even if you can execute that. Plus, if you add assists to Spider-Man, he can add a lot of damage, because Spider-Man is the kind of character that benefits a lot from assists. I'm also going to put a combo here on screen using the best assist that you can use for Spider-Man and showing you the comparison of the damage you can do when you have the right assist to back up Spider-Man. And remember, you're going to be playing Spider-Man, you have a team to back you up. So you can choose the good characters and good assists for you to increase your damage if you don't feel like the solo damage without web throw loops is good. You can add assist there. If you play him on Anchor like I do, you have X Factor. Spider-Man can kill any character without even spending meter while in X Factor level 3. So you still have a lot of resources to count on. You have the ultimate web throw resets, which pretty much kill any character only with 1 bar, 2 bars at most. So he's got a lot going on for him. And even with all that I said right now, if you still feel like there's something missing, if you still want to get to over 1 million damage with Spider-Man on a solo combo, without assist, without X Factor, and you want to get to the same amount of damage that you can do with web throw loops, I'm gonna show you what I call one hero stack, which is something I found out last year on July of 2022. I found out that Spider-Man can, in a solo combo, do Crawler Assault into Maximum Spider, and I'm gonna put right now on screen both the comparison of the web throw loop and the one hero stack, and you'll see that the damage is almost the same. I mean, it doesn't really change much, the damage of the web throw loops and one hero stack. It's almost the same, and it's again a solo combo, and it requires much less execution. Of course, you're gonna have to spend 2 bars to do it, so it's not as optimal when it comes to resources, but you can get to the same amount of damage for just 1 extra bar in a much easier way to execute. And it even does a little bit more damage than the version of the web throw loop that uses the light punch. So it's a very good option for you to have as well. I can't do the web throw loops consistently. I'm telling you guys, you see me playing Spider-Man all the time. I don't have the web throw loops down, and I use all of the rest to make up for that. I have optimal solo combos without web throw loops. I have Assist, I have X Factor, and now I have 1 hero stack to back up my damage. I'm gonna put some matches on screen for you to see me executing during a match 1 hero stack, and you'll see that I can kill over 1 million life characters with 1 hero stack as well. So even if you can't execute web throw loop, don't worry, you have other options to back up your game, and you can always come here to my channel and share a lot of things for Spider-Man, and there's always a way for you to make him work. Don't give up on the character. He's amazing. He's Spider-Man.
Hey you! Want to request a team for me to play online or arcade? Check out my membership by clicking on the join button below, or you can find a link for it in the description as well. Also, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to receive more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later!